To say it has been a crazy morning is an understatement. So now that we're here, we can relax, we can breathe, and I'm gonna show you how to curl your hair with a 3-clamp beach waver. There's a lot of different variations of these, but they do give that really effortless, mermaidy type of vibe. So I'm gonna show you a quick way to use it. That way you can do your hair in a pinch. It looks good, it looks textured, and it looks kind of effortless. So with that being said, let's get into the tutorial. So welcome to the salon, because this is the first time I've ever filmed in here, besides maybe one tutorial. So welcome to the space. This is my salon suite, which is named Raleigh Hair Club. I love it, I'm obsessed with it. So first things first, going back to the tutorial, make sure your clamp, your curling iron, your flat iron, whatever heat tool you're using is never too hot. This is personally on 350, so when you turn this one on, this is the bedhead version of it. I don't know if you can see on there. Bedhead version, it automatically is going to go to 350. Typically that's what I like to leave mine on as well. I feel like it's just a good temperature. You're not going to damage your hair, especially if you're using a heat protectant. So that being said, let's put a little heat protectant on our hair first and foremost. That way we can avoid as much damage as possible and keep our hair nice and healthy. Always, always, always go in with a heat protectant first. This is the Redken One United. 25 different benefits to it. Heat protectant, detangler, all the good things. So you can just mist it all over your hair. My hair actually, when I'm doing a style like this, I prefer to not comb my hair before. So I brushed my hair last night. I woke up, it's fine. It has a little bit of tangles in it. Nothing too crazy. I feel like for this type of look, it's almost better if your hair isn't perfectly combed out. It just gives you that little bit more of texture. So I'm just gonna let that dry for a second. If you wanna blow dry it in, it just speeds up the process, but you're not putting so much where your hair is gonna be damp or wet or anything like that. So I'm just gonna let that soak in a few minutes. If you did need to follow up with an oil, this is one of my favorite oils. The Verb Ghost Oil. It's shine, it smooths frizz, it's a weightless hair oil. Any texture can use it, and usually I'll just put 1 or 2 pumps in my hands, work it through the ends. I used it last night. I don't feel it's necessary for today, so I'm not going to use it, but you could follow up with that if you felt like you needed to. Is like this, so it is adjustable, so you can lower it down or bring it up. If you put it on the lower setting, that's going to give more of a crimped, tighter looking wave, whereas if you have it open, it's going to give you that soft, beachy wave, mermaidy type of hair. So usually what I like to do, I've already done this 3 days ago, so as I do before, 3 days ago. So there is some left in my hair. It's not super waved. I really want to do more of an effortless type of look. So I'm not going to section my hair. If you were going to section your hair, what you would do is just, depending on how much hair you have, just section it half, clip half up, work on the bottom layer. Since my hair is already kind of done from a few days ago, I'm just going to work with what I have now. You don't want the section to be too big. You want it to be under control. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna take it, you're gonna stick your hair right through and just clamp it one good time. So you're gonna clamp it, hold it a few seconds, move it down. Now you're gonna wanna move it down to where that next imprint was on the hair, just to keep it really balanced and not get any weird crimps. So I'm gonna move it down, clamp where you see the imprint, move it down, clamp where you see the imprint. And the most important part is leaving the ends out. A lot of times if you do crimp the ends, it kind of gives a weird, like they stick out a little bit. Not the look I'm personally going for, so I like to just leave it, let it do its thing. Now I'm really just going to be picking and choosing sections that I want. You don't want to take sections that are too big. You definitely want to leave them more in control. So I'm going to take another one, clamp, just hold it there a few seconds, unclamp. Now where that ridge is in the hair, I don't know if you can see it, there is a slight ridge. From there, I'm going to clamp it right where that was, unclamp, and then just move our way down the hair. Unclamp, and I am looking in my salon mirror, so I'm turning to the side so you can see, but I'm looking at myself to make sure I'm not clamping it in weird spots. Unclamp, clamp again, and then same thing. I'm leaving about 1.5 inches, 2 inches of the ends out, unclamp, kind of go like that. So for this one, I'm actually going to start lower on the hair. So when you're doing a look like this, you don't want to have every single piece of hair clamped in the same spot. You want to give it that texture, give it that messy look. So this one, I'm only going to do 2 little, remember where it leaves, clamp it again. I'm just doing 2 little clamps with it. leaving the root area straight, leaving the end straight, because as we know, not everyone's curl looks the same, and especially when you want to get that more beachy type of vibe, you don't want to have too much of the hair, I keep wanting to say crimped, but curled or beach waved in the same exact spot. It's going to look a little bit too uniform. So for me, wanting more of a messy look, I'm going to push this to the back. This one I'll go a little bit higher to my root.
Never felt so bored, I get high just to fall again. I confess, in my head, things keep moving forward, baby. Drop the bass, summer night, get undressed. Fiends and romances, fiends and romances. Drop the shit, I'm alright, you can stay here for the night, you and me.
Okay, a good reminder is you always want the clamp facing you or facing what you're looking at. So this part should always be facing out, never towards you. That way you can see exactly what you're clamping, where you're clamping, and that way you're not going over pieces that you've already done, because then you will get a weird crimp. So I'm just working my way down. Another good hot tip, if you can't remember where you clamped or if it's not as defined, push the hair up. So I'll show you. So like if I couldn't tell which piece this was, you can literally pull or go like that, and you'll be able to see the divot in the hair of where you previously curled. So that makes it just a little bit easier. And now I kind of just like to look and see, do I want to add more? Do I kind of like the way that it's looking? Is there anything weird that I need to adjust, or is it fine? Now let's talk finishing products and what to do next. So the beach waves are done now. Now what is the next step that we have to do to make it last and make it look exactly how we want? So personal preference, I do not comb these out. When you comb out this type of style, it tends to make your hair a little bit frizzy, and I definitely do not want that. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the Shine Flash. This is just gonna make my hair look nice and shiny. It also smells really good. Always remember when you're using a bottle like this to shake it up. And I'm finishing with a texture spray. So this is dry texture. It's just a really lightweight texture spray. It's not gonna leave your hair crunchy or feeling all sticky and tacky. I hate that feeling. So same thing, shake it up really well. And lastly, if you have a little flyaways at the top, like I do, here is my little trick. So I'm gonna take just a rough piece, a little drop, just like that. Okay, gonna rub it in my fingers, and then just smooth out the top. So that is just gonna lay down those flyaways nice and good. That way they don't stick out throughout the whole day. It leaves the hair really controlled, which I like because mine are unruly. That's it. And now I'm ready to go and ready to do my clients. And it literally took less than 10 minutes. So if you have any questions on how to do this, more on what products I use, just comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That way you can see more videos and more tutorials. And as always, I will see you in the next one.